Welcome one and all. Episode 32 of Diggy's Dungeon begins this week. Here we go. We've got two double callers today. It's going to be great. And let's get the first of them in. It's Singing Man. It's the Owl Man. It's the big one. I refuse to stop calling him the big one because it was such a weird thing I said before. And I'm bringing him in. It's Swither. Here we go. Hello, Swither. How are you feeling? The owl is back.
Yeah, I gotta keep up the name. You know, if you're gonna keep calling me that, I gotta live up to it.
We're going to work out what you have to sing for me calling you the big one.
I was about to say,
That's the main one, you know?
I feel like I hold it down on that every time. You know,
Yeah.
I stay big. You know, I'm not planning on doing a face reveal, but maybe I could do a big body reveal at some point.
You
I'm
can
not
show
sure
how much beef you got, you know?
I'm not sure anyone wants that, but it's possible. It is bulking season after all.
Oh, there you go.
But howdy. This time I actually do get to ask you how you're doing because I'm the first caller. This is so new.
How exciting for you. Yeah,
How
I'm
you
doing
doing?
fine. I was out with tea today, so I'm doing better than usual. That was fun.
Oh yeah, what did y'all do?
We went to that, I went to that exhibit before and I had to rush round. We went to it and actually read everything properly.
Very nice, very nice.
So yeah, I actually got better pictures of that gigantic GD statue as well this time, which is good. So I can put those up on the Discord at some point.
Crucial, crucial.
Incredible. We had a good laugh at some of the ridiculous outfits on display as well.
Were some of them GD outfits?
There were some GD outfits. There was the good boy outfits were there. Yeah, there was all like high fashion stuff, and high fashion stuff always just looks like someone designed it as a bet. So just kind of had a laugh at some of that, you know.
Sure. Definitely icon GD. And you know, speaking of wearability in K-pop fashion, I do think it's interesting because, you know, you were saying high fashion is usually just, the craziest thing you could think of and
Hmm.
super impractical. But I do think that K-pop fashion presents an interesting Venn diagram because for stage outfits, at least, they have to be just wearable enough to get through a choreography. So that constraint, I think, does end up making K-pop fashion a little bit more interesting, just because they do have to be able to at least dance in most of the things that they wear.
Hmm.
But but yeah, I mean, K-pop fashion definitely having some effects, and some of the people that I know that are more into clothing than I am are starting to actually get interested in K-pop just off the strength of how many high power collaborations and that sort of thing are going on, and the amount of at least what's interesting to American fashion people starting to be reflected more thoroughly in the K-pop scene.
Hmm.
But that's neither here nor there. I'm calling in today first about something that it had to be you and I talking about it. You know, it
Of
simply
course.
had to. Um, I want to preface this just because I just found out that I believe, primary producer writer on this Alice Elris song is the same guy that was on 우리 집에 왜 원이 왜.
Hey, banger.
So yeah, I just wanted to shout that out because crucial,
For anyone
crucial.
wondering, that's Minx's "Why Did You Come to My Home?"
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
get into that. Dreamcatcher before they were
absolutely.
Dreamcatcher. Good shit.
But get into it, but be prepared to be
Be
asked once you show up at
disappointed.
its door. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
No, I mean, not by the song, by the fact that they then became Dreamcatcher and went away from that direction, like I was salty for years about,
Oh,
Because I
well,
loved Minx. I was all in on Minx, and then, yeah, it didn't happen.
Minx did rule, but they definitely have done something major with Dreamcatcher since. But
Hmm.
I'm not calling about Dreamcatcher. I'm calling about Alice, and the song is Showdown.
Oh, nice
Uh,
attempt. That was great. Damn.
That's the most savagely I've been taken apart. It's not nice. It's nice attempt.
Did I go
Oh my
mask off
goodness.
too hard there?
You're keeping it honest. That's one of the biggest things that you present as a host. One of the greatest values you present to this industry is that you are honest. So
That was incredible. Right, showdown by us. Here we go.
명품같이 반짝거리는 그런 게 없어도 난 그저 나로서도 충분하다. 왜냐면 언제 어디서든 너의 시선을 빼앗을 수 있으니까. 안녕. 내 걷는 걸음마다 look my way. Don't say hello. 넌 번거롭진 않게 해줄래. 내 당당한 태도 딱 적절한 미소 want it right. 따라해도 돼. Okay. 똑같아 매일 흔하게 본 너무 쉽게 널 바꿔야지 멋대로 아직 네가 모르는 아주 많은 완성들이 내겐 존재해 아껴왔는 걸 baby 준비됐어 억지로 날 따라오려 할 때 Are you feeling like that 날 어찌나게 그 위를 날 때 기분이 좋아 Shut down you want me to then I will show Shut down 날 올려봐 시선이 느껴져 너랑 나랑 get it 아마 you don't wanna sit 이미 멀어져서 멀리 알고 있잖아 이제 그만 get it 더 이상 소용없어 hate it 그냥 내버려둬 let it 알고 있잖아 그래 I know you wanna be like me 완벽해 보이는 걸 아니까 My smile, my style is timeless babe 같아질 순 없는 걸 어떡해 하루 발짝 가까워졌을 땐 저 멀리 어디게 멀어져 Turn it up, turn it up, oh yeah 내 모습을 want it so bad 난 정확하게 네 맘을 겨눠 알아 이미 시작돼버린 baby 난 오래된 높이 날 어질리지 않아 Shut down you want me to then I will show Shut down 날 올려봐 시선이 느껴져 Don't stop me 놀라지 말고 두 눈을 크게 떠 나를 봐 차마 말도 걸지 못해 멀리 뒷걸음만 치지 무모해 보인다고 해도 날 Shut down you want me to and I will show Shut down 날 올려봐 시선이 느껴져 너랑 get it 아마 you don't wanna see 이미 멀어져서 멀리 알고 있잖아 이제 그만 get it 더 이상 소용없어 hate it 그냥 내버려둬 let it 알고 있잖아
Okay, Swither, what did you think of Showdown?
shut down.
Ooh, he's upstaging me again.
Honestly, the my favorite vocal moment is the Gibu ni Joa part.
Oh, yeah,
right
true.
before that. But I thought it was really fun. But we have to talk about the music video. The cameraman needs to be neutered.
He's definitely enjoying all the different parts of Sohee in this music video, that's for sure.
I mean, it's egregious.
It is.
I didn't think that there would be a possibility that there would be an Alice video where I'd be like, this is too much focusing on Sohee's body. But
Yeah.
in this case, they just like straight up zoomed in on her cake in too many different contexts. It was just a bit much. I mean,
Yeah.
she is, as we've discussed previously, OP, but
Ridiculously so.
but this
And also, like, this
like,
is when they go to the chorus and they're panning across and they're just showing her crotch and abs, and they're like, "Come on, that's what you want to see." Like, it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
like even when it's the whole group, they like zoom in on her skirt.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But honestly, I enjoy the song. It's pretty fun. It's
Yeah.
not anything like it didn't blow my mind or anything, but it's a fun song. I mean, and they do show down. They deliver on that.
Mm-hmm.
I did think that it was interesting the amount of focus there was on Sohee, considering it seems like the main plot of the video is mostly about. It's pretty much like a Young makeover
Yeah.
moment plot, which I thought was pretty cute. And I just I love the IG live
Oh,
style
I
comments
hate
that they
it.
have.
That's the one
Uh,
big criticism I have, as well as the like Sohee porn everywhere. Like, there's
okay, yeah,
way too many fake comments on their fake IG stream, and it's like, oh, I don't need that.
from a certain perspective that sucks, but from another, when you see that one of the comments that they chose to put in there, that I mean, obviously all of these are just what they were imagining would be nice comments to have.
Yeah.
One of them that I just saw was, "You have a pretty body."
On the Sohee stream, of course, because that's all we focus on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But this is one of the best executed music videos of theirs, other than the egregious nature of the cameraman. But just in terms of it, being sort of cohesive and coming to a specific point, and a lot of the outfits are nice, and they give each member that is included in this music video a nice moment and a nice like role.
Mm.
It seems to be like four different types of existing sort of influencers, and then Young looking at them admiringly, and then she gets to join the club, and
Yeah.
then at the end she's in the limo. And I just thought that was cute. I think that was pretty well done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's the bullseye guy from Minx, as we already discussed. And yeah, what did you think?
Yeah, I like it. I'm very, very glad that the dodgy ass processing from the chorus of Dance On is gone. We can actually hear them sing decently enough. Like, obviously there's production on it, but there's always going to be. Yeah, it's great until that unnecessary breakdown after the chorus, which just does not need to be there and doesn't add anything. Other than that, I'm all on board with the song. I like it a lot. Fun.
Yeah, and I didn't think that breakdown was particularly obnoxious. Maybe it's because I've just
It's
been
just a
worn down.
pause. Like, he might as well have just paused for like 3 seconds and it would have had the same effect. It just adds nothing.
No,
Is nothing.
if you're in a certain mood, it has like a little bit of a type of intensity that I could be into. But yeah, I mean, not exceptional necessarily, but I wouldn't really knock it that much personally.
Yeah.
But
And yeah.
but yeah, I mean,
Alice just have some ridiculously pretty girls in their group. Like, it's honestly a joke. It's not just
the fan
Sohee.
cams
Like,
have
it's
been
not
blowing
like
up.
I know the cameraman thinks it's just Sohee, but everybody in this group is so pretty. It's like, good lord, the visual
For sure.
feast whenever you're watching their MVs. You know.
Yeah, and the denim mode Sohee fan cams have been blowing up, it seems.
I can imagine they would.
Yeah.
Why do you think the
I
entire MV is just Sohee, show us your ass, Sohee, show us your abs? You know?
Yeah, I mean, at first I was like, okay, you could maybe get away with this as like under the guise of she's a fitness influencer boxer, but then just the yoga and like just the
yeah.
The zooms again, it's just like it's too much. But I'm not mad, but it definitely is too much.
Same.
It doesn't like bode well on the fandom or something. I don't know. It just
yeah, it's worrying that they feel they need to focus on Sohee so much, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like a hypocrite because in all past moments I've been like, Sohee just needs needs a big moment because she's such a star, but like not like this.
Yeah, it makes sense why they're doing it, because she is like ridiculous. Like she's like arguably one of the most beautiful people in K-pop right now. Has a great voice, you know, dances amazingly. Like she is ridiculously OP, as we've outlined. But just give her solos as well as this, you know? She doesn't need to make the song a solo.
Yeah, her solos are so good too.
Solos are incredible. Like she has some of the best songs out there as a soloist. So please, more solo Sohee. Instead of just going, hey, Sohee, have your own fan cam in this MV, okay? Like, we want to see the others as well more. And what's funny actually is you don't really see any of the choreography in this that much, but I watched a live stage, and it's quite nice because Yukon gets most of the chorus as her center moment, which is nice. She fits it really nice.
Yeah, it makes sense for the music video.
The live version is way more balanced than this MV, obviously, but you know,
yeah, I hope so.
It's cool.
But yeah, also, before we move on to the next, I want to say I beat you to the sunset today. That's why I'm going first today, is because I'm in Zurich right now.
Ooh.
And so I'm actually it's later for me than for you.
Wow.
And I just wanted to comment because a while ago, I forget who it was, someone was sipping out of a European fountain, and I was like, this is absolutely disgusting. And then everyone was responding to me like, no, this is actually chilled there. They have good water.
Yeah.
And I just got some Swiss tap water, and
it's leagues honestly above that dirt you got in the US, right?
I'm honestly furious. Yeah. I feel like I've been being slowly poisoned all my life.
Yep, you have. They're putting chemicals in the water. Turning the fucking frogs gay.
Something like that, yeah.
It's all that stuff, you know? Maybe he wasn't wrong.
Hey, I don't know what the microplastic content of the Swiss one is. I'm sure I wouldn't be able to taste it, but it feels and it seems better.
Yeah, it is better.
Along every axis. But yeah, I'm just impressed that, well, not impressed. I'm just happy that I can be on today after what was a extremely protracted travel day. But you know, I just want to say that to, you know, I'm dedicated. I'll travel halfway across the globe and then still
double cool.
Cut out an evening to double call on your show. So,
and I appreciate it so much.
Let me not be too obnoxious, and let's move on to the next one.
No. I gotta be obnoxious then, because I gotta outline that Alice's B-side Dizzy is really good, and everyone should listen to it.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip over that. Yeah, just like last time, they had one B side, and the B side it has a different flavor, and it's like more lush, perhaps lavish. You could call it. Yeah,
you could.
I like it. Definitely check out that B side, Dizzy, and they did a performance of it too, so that's nice.
Did they? I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, big recommendation.
But yeah. As I'm saying, I'm pretty obnoxious. That's just what I am. And so I'm calling in the song I Am by IVE as well.
Okay, let me just sort out my poll, then we can get into it. Oh, it's evenly split among the top 3 categories for Alice. That does not surprise me.
Perfect.
That doesn't surprise me one bit. Right, so should we get into IVE's I Am?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go.
필요는 없어 넌 너의 길로 난 나의 길로 하루하루마다 색이 달라진 느낌 밝게 빛이 나는 길을 찾아 I'm on my way 넌 그냥 믿으면 돼 I'm on my way 보이는 그대로야 모든 그의 dreams come true 제일 좋은 어느 날의 deja vu 머물고픈 어딘가의 낯선 view I'll be far away That's my life is 아름다운 galaxy Be a writer 장르로는 fantasy 매일 내게 열리는 건 big big stage So that is who I am Look at me look at me look at me now 어제랑 또 다른 짜릿한 나 두려운 모든 게 설레게 사소한 건 다 아득해져 와 Look at me now look at me now I'm on fire 넌 그냥 믿으면 돼 I'm on my way 보이는 그대로야 모든 그의 dreams come true 제일 좋은 어느 날의 deja vu 머물고픈 어딘가의 낯선 view I'll be far away That's my life is 아름다운 galaxy Be a writer 장르로는 fantasy 매일 내게 열리는 건 big big stage So that is who I am 어느 깊은 밤 길을 잃어도 차라리 날아올라 그럼 내가 지나가는 대로 길이거든 One two three one two three one two three fire I hope you be so my dreams come true 제일 좋은 어느 날의 deja vu 머물고픈 어딘가의 낯선 view I'll be far away That's my life is 아름다운 galaxy Be a writer 장르로는 fantasy 매일 내게 열리는 건 big big stage So that is who I am
Okay, Swither. IVE's I Am. How was it? Jesus, that's way out your range.
I'm
Wow.
gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it was really for not a vocal forward group, it's an extremely vocal forward song. Not saying they don't have vocals, but I think they have two vocals. I was really conflicted about this song after first watch. Parts of it have grown on me, parts of it have stayed the same. Liz just bodies anything they give her. Even if they give her 2 seconds, she bodies it. Her vocal is incredible. And Yujin, Yujin is the other giant vocal. She also kills it. And they did a performance where, you know, it was pretty convincing to me. I don't know how it would go for you, but Yujin was just doing it. They rule. And some Gao parts, she had like an interesting softness on like a pre-chorus or something that I thought was pretty tasteful. But there are some rough parts. And I feel like, I mean, when it was posted, instead of saying like thumbs up or thumbs down on it, I just commented the Swedish flag, I think, because this song struck me as being like so what we talk about when we talk about the like Scandinavian school of pop songwriting.
Competent, but like not captivating. Yeah,
and in this case, it was like really rhythmically static. It's like bum bum ba 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 ba
Yeah,
ba,
for
and it's just like
ages.
that over and over type thing. It it made it feel a bit flat to me. There wasn't
Yeah,
enough personality to it.
yeah,
But this
deeply agree.
video, the biggest thing that people have been grabbing onto, and the thing that struck me was Wanyang's sick skydiving, twin otter side door front flip exit. Absolutely sick.
Yes,
Um,
people, bad CG, we love it. We live for
and
the bad CG.
a number of great editors or dancers uh, acting out the end of that sequence in which she hits the ground. Because yeah, they just have her leaping out of there with nothing on her back. So
Yeah, she
one
doesn't need
has to,
protection. She'll be like caught by an army of fanboys. Probably it'll be fine.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, aesthetically, it absolutely holds up the IVE mantle. Uh, that extremely luxury sort of look. Everywhere is like extremely embellished. Everything that can be gold is gold. They just try to make them look absurdly rich, um, which it achieves something.
Which,
But
to be fair, like having recently seen their sales figures, they definitely are outrageously rich. Like, Jesus
yeah,
Christ, these girls sell like crazy. It's ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, they're killing it. Starship is not giving up.
Yeah, after I saw those sales numbers, it became more clear why Starship don't give the single slightest whiff of a fuck about any of their other artists.
Yeah. I mean, uh, what was the last Cosmic Girl song? It wasn't
Last sequence, it was
last
pretty bad.
sequence. I didn't think it was really bad. I thought it had some
It
really good
wasn't really
moments.
bad, but it was nothing. I'll say it was nothing.
It was not as special as some of the other things that they've done for sure.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, Cosmic Girls deserve a bit more play because they have more vocalists and they are great.
and
They're a
before that
fantastic
song,
group.
they were on one hell of a streak of amazing songs. So if we can get back to that, that would be amazing.
Yeah, they have an incredible discography.
Yeah,
They're one of the ones where it does feel like sort of outsized, just because you know, Luna songs are fantastic and they got a lot of online attention, but I feel like Cosmic Girls, at least around me, is like absolutely not something that anyone would know. But they have a
yeah.
lot of really, really good songs too.
The
Um,
regular people don't really know Cosmic Girls anymore, unfortunately.
yeah.
It's a shame because they have much, much, much better output than I've had so far.
I mean, I have really liked a couple of IVE songs,
Don't get me
and
wrong,
we
I've
we
fine. Like they put out decent enough songs, but mate, Cosmic Girls just on another level, like by
for,
such a long way, you know?
yeah, they definitely achieve a different thing, and they have way more good songs for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I want to
but yeah,
address right. Bladed said in the
go ahead.
chat after I said the album sucked, he just never went back to it. Don't let me influence what you think of an artist. Like, please, honestly, listen to the album, and if you like it, that's great. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about we did the B-sides last time, and we covered that. I liked a lot of it more than it seems almost anybody else does. Though,
Yeah.
yeah, there's definitely some stinkers in there, but I just really like that they put out an album and it like sort of made sense as
Mm.
an
Give
album
it give
to a
it a
certain
try,
extent.
Bladed, if you haven't listened to it yet. Curious to
Yeah,
see what
I
you
liked some
think.
songs.
If it's just me and Akio that think it was all like trite bullshit, or if it really just is, you know.
Definitely still listening to Cherish and Next Page, and might learn the dance to Blue Blood.
Ooh,
And I just like that theme of royalty that they keep up because yeah, Blue Blooded, and then Queen of Hearts, and then
yeah, but it's
just
not as
straight up
like
royal.
beautifully embellished as I want royal things to be.
don't know. I think
I like
their
when
royal
there's
songs
strings
each
in
have a
royal
vibe.
themed things, you know. It needs to be all like fancy like, whereas their stuff doesn't sound like that.
Well, they have something that
Yeah,
I think.
give me some Janus level like orchestral ridiculousness if you're gonna do Regal, you know.
Hmm. Well, I think they did something on Blue Blood, but we have literally already talked about this on the show last
True.
episode, so we will. I'm down to move on from that.
Okay.
But yeah, so this one was produced by what appears to me profiling really superficially a couple of Scandinavians, Audun Agnar, uh, Eileen Noelia, Kristen Marie. You know, I could be wrong. Yeah, not all of them sound. Simon Berg, Seth.
I mean, come on, that's gotta be.
But it also
Oh,
has Ryan Jun on it, and Ryan Jun is also on
okay.
Cherish. And, you know, I'm not going to speak much on the man's character, but he definitely has contributed to some good songs. I'm not going to try to deny that.
I'm getting put off because this scene where they do a shot in this where it's like a party and people are dancing and they go past a guy who looks just like Black Doe and I'm like, oh my god, Mong was such a bop. Can we have that back, please? Instead of IVE.
Man, is that like your most played song of all time?
It's not. It's not even close. It's just really good.
Yeah. That is one of the songs that I will only ever consider as like a Diggy fave. That, you know, it's a good song.
So
but like,
good, and no one knows about it. It's so depressing that no one knows about it, and they're all listening to this boring shit instead of fucking Mong. You know?
Boring.
I can't imagine
I
liking I Am more than Mong. I just can't imagine that.
I can definitely imagine it. I'm not saying I do, but I can definitely imagine it. It's easy to think what different things access.
Yeah, I'm being too cool anyway for this song. Like, this song is fine. Like, I think the verses are actually pretty good, and like the "My Way" part that they do is actually really good. But then like the chorus just murders the song for me because it's so monotonous and like on the same thing for ages. I just get really sick of it. Because I was actually, when I first listened to it, I was like, oh god, am I going to like an IVE song? Are we actually there? And then they got to the chorus and it killed it for me.
That way that you were talking about, Gal's way, hers was the one that I was talking about being like having an interesting softness to it. She doesn't belt it.
It's very falsetto-y,
yeah.
I know women don't do falsetto, but you know what I mean, like very thin.
Yeah, I don't know enough to say, but yeah, I thought she did well in that. And then, like I said, every time that Liz opened her mouth, it was something great.
I still cannot recognize which one Liz is in like anything that I do. I don't know why.
She's so distinctive. Yeah, and she's really funny. She's really funny. You gotta watch her Gumja potato song. You gotta see. I don't know. I'm getting too deep in the weeds, but she's funny. She's funny. She's cool.
I don't know why, because I can always recognize Eugene and Won-young for obvious reasons. I can always recognize Rapper Girl because she always comes and ruins it with a rap. And I can always recognize Super Young Girl because I don't particularly like what she does, and she has a very recognizable face. But I can never recognize this Liz girl.
Well, yeah. I mean that's definitely a you problem, but definitely wishing a fast recovery to Ray. The whole heart thing sounds concerning, but yeah. This was all right. It's definitely not my favorite IVE song by a stretch.
A solid 5 out of 10.
But I think they killed the video and there's some good parts to it. But beyond that, I know this is greedy, but I just have to talk about a couple of things. You know, I know it's not a position for positivity podium, but
you're gonna make it.
buffcorrell.
Oh yes, the boy.
I don't know if anyone else has been plugged into this, but over the past couple of days, he's gone on an absurd, unprecedented tear. It felt like my worlds were colliding. I felt like, I was dreaming. He did in a row. He did 50/50's Cupid.
Oh god, I gotta see it.
I'm feeling lonely. I wish I find a love that could hold me. And now I'm crying on my room, so skeptical towards less. But still I want more.
New Jeans, oh my god. And then XG's left, right.
I got what you want, I got what you need. Mommy like we don't follow anything. Oh, left, right, get it on the floor. Wanna see your left, right, get into my zone. Ha, then we hit the side, ready for the swing. We don't want no ops, want no drama queen. Left, right, everywhere we go. We pull up from the left, right, posting up slow.
Okay.
Which that was the XG song that I really liked, and it wasn't even their like single. It was the B-side.
I'm gonna have to watch the Cupid one.
And then, like
stream.
a couple of hours ago, I think he did New Jeans Attention too.
You give me butterflies, you know. It's like on some paradise. It's nothing talking, just keep mine. You got me looking for attention. You got me looking for attention. Cause every kind, and every kind, you got me looking for attention.
So perhaps buffcorrell himself is falling down a K-pop rabbit hole, or
he's done a lot of
commenters.
K-pop stuff before, though, hasn't he? I'm pretty sure.
Not much.
I swear I've seen him
honestly,
do it.
I definitely when he did oh my god, that was the first time that I saw him try to pronounce Korean, which is so beautiful.
Just majestic. I can imagine it already.
When he did 50/50 Cupid, he did the English version of that.
Oh,
So that was like a normal cover and still beautiful because, wow, buffcorrell was doing 50/50. But when he did the Korean on oh my god, I mean, I died.
Oh my god. I'm going to have fun editing these in.
Oh, you might not want to do that to your listeners. I'm not sure. But,
no, I think I do want to do that to my listeners.
Okay.
Considering that people from my work have just started listening to my podcast, this is, I think, a great idea to get them, get myself endeared to them.
Well, hello, coworkers. Support buffcorrell.
Yeah.
He is really an inspiration. Like, genuinely, I mean, he is an inspiration in terms of just doing it and not being afraid. And his moves are so frequently incredibly crisp. A lot of the time.
Yeah, he is actually a genuinely pretty good dancer. Like, we all meme on his hilarious singing, but he is actually pretty good at dancing.
Yeah, I mean, some of his moves become sort of repetitious or filler or whatever, but then every once in a while he'll have a moment that's like so icy. It's like incredible, and I want to imitate it. So, yeah, I mean, he's incredible. And then I want to talk about Coachella because Blackpink performed at Coachella. And
why are you pronouncing it like that?
How do you say it?
Coachella.
Okay.
Coachella.
Yeah.
This is like, for Bladed in the audience, this is like Kawaki Meru. Like,
I wouldn't go to such a festival anyway. I just caught the stream.
The stream.
And everyone's talking about the Frank Ocean performance in a negative light because it got cut short, but his performance of Solo was amazing. He flipped Solo and that was great, but that's definitely off topic. But Blackpink performed and it was okay. It definitely had some problems. The biggest problem was that the person that performed right before them was Rosalia, and she is like, she absolutely just dunked all their heads in the toilet with her vocals. Like, she's such a performer. So that was a little tough for the Blinks out there, but still a moment. And then also at Coachella, Jackson Wang brought Sierra. Let me see you 1 2 step. Jackson Wang brought Sierra on stage, and they did XG left and right.
What?
So that was kind of crazy too.
This random song just going everywhere, apparently.
I mean, all I'm saying is I liked it, and it seems like other people like it too.
Mm.
Yeah, and so that was Coachella, and then no one's calling in the NCT Dojejong songs today, but that's a shame because I thought that this past week boy groups kind of outshone girl groups a little bit in terms
Ooh.
of the one that I think Ian might call in, and those NCT songs were really solid. And
Wow.
then just the notion that well, yeah, Weekly Idol, my favorite K-pop variety show, is now being
Oh, I'm excited for
co-hosted by
this.
Miju.
And
Um,
Kwang, right?
yeah, from B2B.
I'm actually going to start
Um,
watching again now.
hey, I mean, Kwangi ruled
It was fine, but
absolutely.
it was nowhere near Donny Connie level. Like I used to watch it like all the time when Donny Connie hosted it, but now I'm back in if Michu and Kwang are doing it because I like them both
Yeah,
very much.
yeah. We've been talking about Miju a lot lately too, and so it's
Yeah.
good to see that she has a very fitting role for her, I think.
I'm sure
Uh,
they'll make it their own, which was my issue with Kwang Hee's version. Is I don't really feel like he made it his own. Like no shade to Kwang Hee, I love him. He's in Zaya. I love Zaya, you know. But
yeah.
yeah, just it never really clicked for me on Weekly Idol.
Mm, okay. Well, yeah, I thought I liked him, but yeah, it's cool to see Miju on there. And have they ever had like a more consistent female co-host?
Well, for a while, Heechul and Hani were doing it, but that was like a semi-temporary thing. But they were fantastic. I would be very happy if they came back to it as well.
Oh, nice.
So hopefully, Miju and Unkwang can get close to that level because that was amazing when they were hosting.
Mm.
I have faith that they will because they're both amazing.
But yeah, otherwise, yeah, the fact that 50/50 is on the Billboard charts now,
And
that,
the UK
that's
singles, woo.
absolutely crazy. You definitely have to thank. This might be hard for you, but you're gonna have to thank TikTok for this one because
I
Cupid
refuse.
definitely. Okay, well, I guess you hate 50/50 girls getting money, huh?
No, I
I,
don't at
I,
all. I love them. I've shouted them out
okay.
tirelessly on this show. Frankly, I think me and my like 6 listeners contributed massively to this growth. Personally,
Yeah. You, 6 listeners, myself included, we were all posting with the 50/50 audio on TikTok, and that's
yeah,
really why this happened. It's
yeah.
because of us. But yeah, and then beyond that, my dude AG Cook is working with the J-pop group SG5 on a song called Fire Truck, and then I listened to a fantastic remix or mashup of some guy did New Jeans Kawaii versions for uh, all of their songs, and then just OMG, and those I thought were really special. But by mentioning that, now I have officially overstayed my welcome by saying some stuff that doesn't matter. But looking forward to Le Seraphim and Espa soon.
Oh god.
Thanks so much for having me on the show. I'm going to go to bed.
Well, thanks for coming on. Enjoy your early night. Enjoy the rest of being in Zurich. And
See ya.
that signals the departure of Alman. Goodbye, Swither. Sleep well. My next caller is the wonderful Alex, our sugar daddy, and I'm not going to bring up anything else about him, so I'll just pull him in and let him describe himself a little bit more. I feel like that's more polite. Hello, Alex. How you doing?
What's up, Diggy?
Oh, I'm just doing marvelous. You know, I just watched some buffcorrell. Everything feels right in the world.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yep. Yeah,
How
just
you,
quick. While you're on the break there, I opened up Instagram and it looks like WJSN Dawan's account got hacked.
Oh
and
no.
there's some, there's like some I think like an Indian guy. It's
Okay.
kind of funny, but unfortunate.
Let's hope she gets it back. Jesus, that's unfortunate. They're really not coming back if she's now become an Indian man. That's not going to work. How are you going to be cosmic girls if that's happening? That's just not how that works.
Yeah.
But brilliant. Well, I'm glad one of us uses Instagram, you know. Someone has to, right?
Yeah, I mainly use it to just follow all the idols and see what they're up to.
Yeah. If ever I go on, it's just for that as well, just to see what people I like are up to. I can't be asked to actually use it, really. It's just like my repository of hot and amazing people, and I follow them and do nothing on my own account.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you segue from that to your song? That's just not how that works.
Yeah. I mean, this girl or group or whatever they are now is on Instagram.
There you go. That's what we're going with.
And it's about friends and the end. It's called Friend the End. And it's about friendship or something.
There you go. Friendship, Instagram, BOL4, Friend the End. Here we go. Let's play.
요즘은 썸이라는 단어를 난 쓰지 않아 친구란 완벽한 단어로 숨길 수가 있지 사랑이 좀처럼 내키지 않아 넌 이대로 아슬아슬하게 선을 넘어 벚꽃이 피면 똑같은 곳에 서 있겠지 그 눈빛으로 물든 계절을 함께하며 꽃잎이 하나 둘셋 시간이 하나 둘셋 야야이 Cherry blossom 내 손을 잡아만 아무렇지 않지 않게 웃어버리면 사랑일까 널 바라보면 난 고개를 들어 입 맞춰버린 거야 이제 난 F-R-E-N the end F-R-E-N the end F-R-E-N the end the end 벚꽃이 피면 똑같은 곳에 서 있겠지 그 눈빛으로 물든 계절을 함께하며 꽃잎이 하나 둘셋 시간이 하나 둘셋 야야이 Cherry blossom 내 손을 잡아만 아무렇지 않지 않게 웃어버리면 사랑일까 널 바라보면 난 고개를 들어 입 맞춰버린 거야 이제 야이 숨길 수 없는가 봐널 좋아하는 게 내 곁에 있을 때 자꾸 맘이 아픈 게 꽃잎이 떨어지네 우리 머리 위로 웃음이 터져버린 걸 This is life Cherry blossom 내 손을 잡아만 아무렇지 않지 않게 웃어버리면 사랑일까 널 바라보면 난 고개를 들어 입 맞춰버린 거야 이제 난 From the end 하얀 버섯 From the end cherry blossom F-R-E-N the end F-R-E-N the end F-R-E-N the end the end
Okay, Alex, what do you think of FRIEND end?
Yeah. So that was Bubblegum Sachunki or BOL4. Didn't introduce that properly earlier. But it's good. I think at first it was a little I was kind of meh, like her songs kind of sound the same, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't know, after giving it a few more listens throughout the week and then just the sad news this week, I don't know, it just was kind of a nice, happy, uplifting song. So
yeah, I think this kind of comforting, like unchallenging kind of happy song is what I really want from BOL4. So I'm pretty happy with this. I quite like it. I think I'll be adding it to my playlist. I just, yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's tried to do more like different things after her bandmate left, and I didn't really like them that much. But when she's just doing this, like this is the BOL4 I like.
yeah.
So I'm very on board. I don't really know what's going on in this
agree.
video for half of it, though. I gotta be honest.
Yeah,
Is she
I
supposed to
just-
be like a teacher or like a parent or an older kid? I don't really understand.
So I have this article, all K-pop article pulled up here, and it says it's about crossing the boundary from a friend to more than friends.
Okay.
Yeah, so like something like that, getting out of the friend zone.
Fair enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was very confused because she's on the bus with all the school kids and she's in like a little cute sweater, like she's a school kid as well. But then, like, she clearly isn't. And then they go to the school kids that are like doing exactly what you were talking about, becoming more than friends. And then she's like randomly playing basketball, and then it's the kids. Is she supposed to be like those kids in the future, or that was her past self, or I'm a little confused, to be honest, but I'm never good with MVs, so.
Okay, yeah, that's way more than I even noticed. I don't even...
I'm glad someone is as MV blind as I am, because
Yeah.
I can never tell what's happening. I think what's going on is that that's supposed to be her reflecting on her past crush, and this is the same two people, right? It looks like, maybe. It's a cute video, it looks nice, but I just was a bit confused to start off with. And also, like, does she need to have a Prada, like, jumper? Like, come on, you could have got that from somewhere else just as nice. Come on.
Yeah, that's kind of out of place.
Save the budget, come on. Life's expensive right now. We don't need you flaunting all these fucking designer jumpers, woman. Come on, sort it out. Cheaper cardies. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah.
Is it so much to ask? But I thought the MV was cute, like when they're like sat on the steps and she's teaching him about birds. And now it's all coming together because later in the MV, like younger her has shown him birds, and then they go back to the same place, and he's like, "Oh look, a bird," on the graffiti or whatever. It's all coming together. It's a love story through time. That's what it is. I finally feel like I understand that MV, guys. This is a great achievement for me. This never happens. But yeah, nice song.
I mean, that's way more than I don't even... I'm just looking at like all the superficial stuff. Didn't even notice the story. But
that's me like 99% of the time, so I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the song.
But,
A little cherry blossom. It's very satisfying to listen to. Into that.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by the low amount of views. Only like 200,000 right now.
Yeah, it feels like BOL4 kind of fell off super hard in the last few years. Because, like, whenever BOL4 released anything before, they would, like, guaranteed top the charts for, like, a long time. And everyone knew their song. Whereas now I feel like that's just not really happening. Like, this was out a week ago and it only has 218,000 views. That's nothing these days. Whereas, like, I'm looking here, there's a suggested BOL4 song from 6 years ago with 96 million views, so it shows the kind of fall off, you know? It's wild. And, like,
and it's...
Sorry, go ahead, man.
And I was just gonna say, like... yeah, I mean, I don't know, I would have expected, like, another person to, like, kind of fill the space, but she seems to be still pretty popular, and, like...
Yeah.
Like the only one, like, you know, with the sound
Yeah,
in
true.
this type of music.
They definitely made this their sound, and then she's just carried it on. But I feel like
Mhm.
BOL4 have been like a bit like Mummoo, who I was when we were talking about them last week, where it's just been a very long time since I've really cared about much that BOL4 have done. Like, I think actually there's literally only songs from when they were a duo in my playlist, so that says quite a lot about like my thoughts on BOL4, I guess. I know people
Yeah,
liked a
was
lot
it?
of the stuff like just after they split, but it's never really clicked for me since she's been solo.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think Stars. What was it? Stars Over Me was the last one that I liked, or
Oh, okay.
that I really really liked.
Yeah, the last one I have on here is Travel, was the last one I really, really liked. So, quite a long time ago. 2018, 5 years. Oh, rough. So, BOL4 and Mamamoo fell off at the same time for me. That's wild. The song I really love from BOL4, though, is We Loved. That is an incredible song. If we could get something like anywhere near that level, I'd be happy, but we'll see.
Hmm.
But either way, this is definitely a bit of a return to form in my opinion. Like, it's not perfect, but I like it decently enough. I'll be listening to this. I hope she can build on this.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there are a couple songs on the EP too that are good.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Love Hard, I liked, and When Love Becomes Goodbye. It's more of like a
Okay.
ballad, but yeah, really like sentimental and heartfelt, and I like that one.
Okay, yeah, definitely give those a listen then, everybody. We'll have to get back into BOL4 and see how things are, you know? But either way, Alex, thank you so much for bringing this. It was nice to like
Yep.
a BOL4 song again. Very glad. You got anything else you want to shout out while you're here?
Nope, that's it for today.
Okay, well, thank you very much for calling in then, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
See you later. Okay, my final caller today is a double from a regular who we love very much, and his name is Ian, and I'm going to bring him in now. Here we go. Hello, Ian. You muted, by the way.
Apologies for the delay. As always, muting the stream versus jumping over to get Discord going.
No problem at all, man.
But that was something made a horrible noise when I got dragged in, and it like scared me. But we're I don't know what it was. But yeah, rounding out the show again, which I guess I do every now and then. Usually it's Swither, but
Mhm.
I'll take the mantle for once. So yeah, glad you got to finish that exhibit that you went to and ran through because your
Yeah.
bus was that one time. So
Actually
good
got
hear
to read things this time. It was amazing.
It's very nice, very nice. I'm definitely a read everything at museums type person, so I totally get wanting to go back. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I think I'm gonna mess up the order a little bit for you because I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in with the first one. But the first one that I want to do, so we end on a good note, is a song that's title is perhaps a bit fitting because there's quite a few sins in the production. And that is a group that we really liked last year, a lot of us, I think.
Yep.
Unfortunately. So it's Drippin's Seven Sins.
Here we go. Let's get it on. 7 Sins.
We can take it slow. Let's slow it down. We got plenty of time. Nice and slow. Come on. 한 칸을 넘어간 쪽지 빈틈을 채운 너와 나 사이 keep that silence 긴장을 느끼는 눈빛 나주한 곳에 너와 서로의 destination. Yeah, we all know the seven sins. 결말을 알고 시작해. Please don't rush, let in hush. 교만의 시선 I don't care. 차갑게 내려다본 verse IVE 전부 다 I know everything for sure. 이제는 내게 말을 할게. 마치 널 기다린 것처럼. But
But you already know, and I already know. 준비한 모든 건 다 left behind. Just do what you want and say what you say. 다 알고 있지만 빠져들고 있어.
Whatever you do, we'll always be true. 시작과 끝을 다 원했었던 순간은 we can take it slow.
부르지만 한 걸음씩 nice and slow. 난 역시 내게 falling down, falling down. 부서져버린 영혼은 점점 더 날 뒤집어 삼켜. 관능적인 향기에 취해 차마 낼 수는 없겠지만
Don't even care, do it again. 계속 반복해줘.
물들어 넘쳐 흘러도 doesn't matter. 담력에 빠진 난 straight to the point. 이제 난 내게 말을 할게. 마치 널 기다린 것처럼. But you already know, and I already know.
괜찮아, 내게 다 맡겨봐.
Just do what you want and say what you say. 다 알고 있지만 빠져들고 있어.
Whatever you do, we'll always be true. 시작과 끝을 다 원했었던 순간은 we can take it slow.
부르지만 한 걸음씩 nice and slow. 난 역시 내게 falling down, falling down. Stretch the time. 증오의 순간은 어느새 새벽을 불러왔어.
Like a morning sun, 부서졌던 감각 그 대신에 차올랐던 my thousand words.
기대야만 할 것 같으니까 너여야만 내가 완성되니까. Got my 99 problems. 모든 죄악의 어둠이 내려.
It is you.
서두를 필요가 없으니
Go nice and slow.
Can't you understand? Now you understand. We gon' slow, 느린 속도로 keep on riding now, riding now. Slow, never stop it now. 밝은 빛으로 keep on shining now, shining now.
Okay, Ian. Tell me 2 seconds since.
Man, I really got you with my comment, didn't
You
I?
did big time.
so for everyone for everyone who listens to this later or who is not, looking at the chat, I'm the combination of the weird like compressing that Discord makes your computer do when you're listening to something in Discord at the same time, plus my bad like headset equals the fart sounds in this song is like right in your face, and it's just like I didn't realize they were that bad until listening.
In all fairness, they were right in my face too, and I was listening on good headphones.
Okay. So it wasn't just me, but like they're really straight in your face.
Never have I felt so badly that I might have shat myself on stream than during this song.
They were.
There was some
it's
proper
like,
brown noise in there. That was not good.
Truly. We talk about those sounds showing up a lot, but this might be the worst offender in terms of just how much they sound like actually.
Incredible.
Man. But yeah, this song I'm very mad at. Not because it's that bad. I'm just angry because Drippin, I think this is their worst title by quite a stretch. Not that they haven't had kind of like the one was kind of bland last year, but I still
But it was
liked.
still okay.
Slowly I know 그 모든 걸 slowly I know 하나로부터 갈라졌던 나 봐봐 그 빛을 뛰어올라 everywhere 네가 어디에 있든 find a way so we can be together. I'm the one and only one and only. I'm the one and only one. 너를 찾아낸 내가 I'm the one.
Yeah, this song is
Dylan
just
was
there's-
amazing.
Baby, I got the power. 너를 보면 눈이 부셔. I'm the villain.
What else did they had?
I don't.
Nostalgia. Did they do anything else after that?
꽉 잡아 우린 미친 속도로 빛바랜 시간 속으로 fly with you. 숨 막혀 어지러워도 자꾸만 느려진대도 fly, yeah. 빠져들어. 라라라라라라, 라라라라라라. Nostalgia, nostalgia. 스며들어.
Nostalgia was excellent. Youngblood was quite good too.
Oh yeah, Youngblood was good.
Nostalgia is like one of the best debut songs of this gen, I think.
I don't know if I go that far, but it's decent.
I really like it at least.
Do they have
but-
any other title tracks? That's it, right?
I think that's it.
Yeah, this is definitely their worst then.
Like, I don't like Villain, but I get Villain. Like, there's so much
I
more there.
adore Villain.
This song is just like, what? Why? Like, it's like, it's the empty boy group song that I think often deserves a lot of criticism.
Mm.
But like, this one particularly annoys me because of just how good a lot of their other songs have been. Like that, a lot of their
Yeah.
other songs do really good things with, you know, backing plus vocals, complementing really, really well, filling out a song, and I think they did that pretty solidly. And even in, you know, their okay title track, the one, they did that pretty solidly there, and I think that's something Woolham normally does pretty well too. That they're able to fill out songs, you know, even the Goldshot songs that you don't like really any of them. I think they fill out most of their songs pretty well, except maybe Rob Hub Hum. But like,
Everyone's favorite song, Rap Pam Pam.
yeah, it's the one that went viral for some reason
Yeah.
because fans are stupid.
People like baby voice man yelling.
Okay, we don't need to do it. We don't need to do Goldshot hour right now.
No, we don't. This is Drippin's time. Come on, we got to shit on them more.
Yeah, it's just really frustrating because I was really hopeful for this because of their output last year, and I think they had one of the best albums of last year too.
It was very
I'm
good.
forgetting
Yeah.
the name of it. The one that
It was the
one
Villain
that
one.
Villain was the title track on, because Switch was
great.
in my, like, I have to double check myself, but I think it might have been in my true top 10.
It
Like
would have
my
been.
top 10,
I'm sure.
including B-sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, or it might have been just outside 6, 7, 8. Okay, it was 11. So very, very close, but you know, like functionally.
Mhm.
And it was one of my favorite B-sides of the year. And the B-sides on this album are also very disappointing. The first B-side's bad. And then the second one, because it's a short little mini thing, that is better, is called Bad Blood, but it's way too much like a 5 Seconds of Summer song.
Oh god.
Like there's a 5 Seconds of Summer song that Ace covered years ago and went pretty viral, the cover of it, I think, or it like got plays. I think it's their song Youngblood, and it sounds a lot like that song, which doesn't help that their titles are similar.
Mm.
Like it's very like that realm of sound, and it's not bad. It's just like there's not much there, and just like this song, there's just so little there. Like what
Yeah,
is
but
happening in the backing track? It's
what
just
frustrates me
so-
about this song is that the bridge is amazing, and then
Yes.
the rest of the song is really not all that great, you know. But this incredible bridge is hidden in this
Yeah.
nothing of a song.
Yeah, I don't think I made it to the bridge the time I listened through it because I was.
I
just,
didn't
like,
either because I was
so
sat here like
annoyed.
slack-jawed watching it after the fart sounds, being like, "Wow, this is incredible."
I know, right? The bridge, and even the last chorus is so much better than the rest of the song. Like it's not it's there's more going on. There's some good layering and some good other stuff happening. That it's not like awesome, but it's at least
Yeah.
interesting.
I know the
Um,
long held note just tickles the wrong parts of my brain
I get that.
completely.
It is weird.
So I just because all the auto tune on it just really just pisses me off.
Oh
more
no
than
no no!
anything else.
The fact that it kicked off with that like nothing else, just auto tune long note at the beginning of this song was just like, oh no.
Why do you
when I
think this
started
sounds
listening
good?
to it.
Honestly.
So, but
Yeah.
like there is always a chance that this for some reason makes my playlist because I do that sometimes. It would be because the bridge in that last chorus I do like, but I'm not sure I'll ever be able to listen through the whole song to get there.
Yeah.
So I kind of doubt that it will, but I make dumb decisions with my playlist sometimes, fully transparent. So
Don't we all?
you never fully know. And yeah, I mean, I'm just annoyed because also, like you said, that bridge is so good.
It's really good. I can see myself going back
And-
just to listen to that bridge, but I'm not going to
Yeah,
listen to
exactly.
fart sounds to get there. You know?
That's yeah, that's fair. That's fair. The verses on this remind me a lot of like I think you sent a video a very very long time ago, because I'm gonna mention a very very song.
Ooh.
That tore apart songs that like have like very minimalistic choruses or like verses. And I think GBTV very very song was one of them. And the verses also in that song, there's like not much going on. And that song's on my playlist, even though I fully admit it is horrible.
우린 갇혀버린 player 사라진 시간을 찾아 헤맨 player So we keep on running for So we keep on running for Tonight 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 꿈을 꿔서 난 숨막힐 듯한 세상을 향해 외쳤대 너와 날 닮은 우리들 자유로운 이 rhythm So we keep on running for So we keep on running for Raising on my hands, raising
And the one thing that I'll give that song credit is I think that there is not this heinous auto tune.
Yeah.
And there are some more interesting melodies in the verses because the verses here particularly just feel so empty. And even if like the chorus auto tune horrible, at least there's a melody going on that pulls you through it a little bit. But yeah, I overall really really disappointed with this one.
There's just
I
some
was
really
really
like
hoping.
baffling production choices in the
Yeah.
backing track as well. Like they use like the most horrible tinny like dink noise for a snare in this song. It just sounds so bad.
Yep.
And like, yes, the fart sounds stand out the most, obviously. 'Cause why would you have a synth like that when you can have one that sounds like anything? And you're like, no, I want to make it sound like our listener has shit themselves.
I mean, at least it's not like
It's the
like
worst.
that really high pitched reggaeton sound that drives me off the wall, like that, like in that Bling Bling song.
어때 나 잘하지? 우리 지금 무대 위에 조명은 좀 달로 해 주인공은 바로 나 오늘 밤에 follow me 하얀 baby
Not to bring up Bling Bling for a second week in a
Yeah.
row.
True.
That sounds worse for me, but yeah, this is pretty up there in terms of the why.
Yeah, but the fart
Category of
synth, I just
sounds.
don't understand why you'd ever put that in a song, because all it
Yeah,
does
no.
is inspire, like, unrest in your listener. That's all it's gonna do.
True.
I can't imagine listening to that and feeling comfortable and good with the world, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's
you're
not-
totally right.
It's not good. Yeah, just
mean,
there's so many random noises in this song that just are not good, that, like, could have been something else and been absolutely fine, but they just make
Yeah.
these weird decisions of what noises to use.
Yeah, and the backing track just over like And you can have weird noises in a backing track if there's a lot like if there's an actual backing track.
Yeah.
But the weird noises are the backing track here because there's
Yeah, when
nothing
there's no
else.
like chords or anything going on, and you're just playing
Yeah.
these weird ass noises, they stand out so much more.
It's like
This is not like when there's like odd little bits and pieces in a Brave Sound song adding flavor. Like this is just no. This is all
Or-
you get. You know.
or even there's some sweet tune sounds with some horrendous noises in them.
Oh
but
yeah,
at
there's
least
some like screamy synths in those songs, but it works
Yeah.
because of what the song's like.
Exactly. And like sometimes it doesn't work for some people. Like I know
Yeah.
there's a TSTB side that you can't stand because it has some really screamy synth sounds in it.
Probably.
But like I get past it because I like the rest of the song so much because there is
Yeah.
a backing track.
Well, like even something like a song that's pretty universally beloved, like Nine Muses' "Wild." Like that has very
There
screamy
are some
synth
weird
noises in
sounds
it,
in
but
there.
it
Yeah,
works
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like the
Agreed.
point of the song. Whereas I don't really feel like that really happened with this Drippin song. It's
Well,
just
'cause
kind of
there's
like
nothing
odd noises for
else.
no reason.
Yeah,
And
it's
also,
like
what is this falaf thing in the back? These big letters. What is that supposed to be or mean? Like, it's just,
I didn't even really notice them.
I thought we were referencing Monster X's Follow again for another week in a row.
We're really hitting all the notes that we talked about last week, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just repeating ourselves. That's what we do here.
The music video reminded me of a less amusing version of that CIX song last year that we talked for
God,
ages
yeah.
about the music video for.
No,
But except
there's
there's just
nothing.
like nothing
There's nothing
interesting
happening
here.
here.
Yeah,
There
it's
was
not
like
nearly as
endless
memeable.
things happening in that one.
Yeah. This is like generic bad boy group music video without flashing lights. So I'll give Woolham credit. There's no flashing lights in this because
True.
I could easily see this being Murder Eyes flashing lights, but
Yeah. But there
It's
is
still
fart
horrible.
noises, so you know.
yeah. It's like the weird noises in the sound in the song are like you know that P1 Harmony Cutlery Orchestra song that
Oh,
I
yeah.
always forget the name of.
Scared.
It's Scared. It's like if they took Scared and removed everything but the Cutlery Orchestra. Because that song, at least, again, there's a lot going on in that song that it somehow works.
Hmm.
But here there's nothing. It's nothing. So,
Yeah.
Woolham, you've struck out hard twice this week because you had this song and the Golcha horrid Japanese release. Which all of their Japanese releases are bad for some reason.
Okay.
It doesn't make any like it's like
Yeah.
Golcha are an entirely different group with their Japanese
It
releases.
usually goes either way with Japanese releases. Like they're either all great or all terrible. I find with a lot
Yeah,
of groups.
they're in the all terrible camp of this song sounds nothing like anything else that Golden Child has ever released.
Hmm.
It just sounds like I think my comment to Gotchi about it was like Boy Group Song 3000 Part 5 was like the sense that I got from it in like all the wrong ways. I remembered that exactly. How did I remember that comment? 'Cause- anyway, so Woolham, do better because you usually do. So that's
Yeah.
I think where we can end it here.
Fair. Yeah. I think we'd be less disappointed if it wasn't Drippin, to be fair.
If it was some random boy group, I would have never taken note.
We'd have been
But-
like, yeah, whatever, it exists. Fart noise is
Yeah,
hilarious.
but I
lol.
know that they can produce good music, so it
Yeah.
does frustrate me.
Yeah, that's a
So,
shame,
yeah.
but whatever. Let's get on
Let's
to
go on
your
to
other
something
pick.
better. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of it because I actually had kind of a transition for the first one.
Oh,
Can't think of one for this one though.
come on, transition. I'm waiting.
I know. Do you know what sinning is? It's dangerous.
Oh, there we go. That's a proper like school teacher transition right there. I love
Yep,
it.
exactly.
Love it.
So I have brought the second one, a boy group that also is well, actually they're like basically brand new. They debuted last year. It's Tempest with, as I said, Dangerous.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm a villain. So dangerous. Yeah. Let's go. 시작해볼까 느껴봐줘 색다른 zone 내 판가름 소리에 맞춰 또 춤을 춰. So hard 내 길을 뒤집어 like this. 다가와 번쩍하는 난장판에 my feel. 야gle 일으켜 그 사이 가로질러 I call you up 넌 내 부르는 make it up. What's up cause I'm coming. 눈빛 켜봐 불난 너의 살 반은 moving like this. 더 크게 외쳐봐 loud 망설일 시간 없어 휘몰아치는 순간 전부 뒤집어볼까 내꺼 난장판 No one ever surrender 들어와 There's feel like a villain feel so like a killer 느낌 알잖아 I'm so dangerous dangerous baby I love the feel inside 세상을 흔들어 I can't resist watch out 지금 난 so danger danger so dangerous you know I like that I'm so danger danger so dangerous baby I'm so dangerous so dangerous yo 열렬한 참깨 눌러 참깨 상대 참패 재미없는 저 play I can practice 세밀한 아버지 따라해 대 I 놀라는 표정 yeah I like it 지금은 천천히 천천히 훈수두는 enemies run away go away 바퀴벌이 누르게 고장난 빅수 I'm 달려 the fast 도망치는 불이 나게 더 크게 외쳐봐 loud 망설일 시간 없어 휘몰아치는 순간 전부 뒤집어볼까 내꺼 난장판 No one ever surrender 들어와 There's feel like a villain feel so like a killer 느낌 알잖아 I'm so dangerous dangerous baby I love the feel inside 세상을 흔들어 I can't resist watch out 지금 난 so danger danger so dangerous you know I like that I'm so danger danger so dangerous baby I'm so dangerous so dangerous 우리 밤은 영원해 그 순간을 기억해 함께한 순간 So I'm not afraid 눈을 떼고서 꾸는 꿈을 끝없이 더 높이 flying 모든 걸 깨워 여기 자유롭게 yeah. 시원한 살 무대 위 my pace 규칙 따윈 제껴두고 payback 이 판을 가지고 놀아봐 make it roll make yourself 이모라 맘대로 So come on come on 끝까지 달려 come on 가보자 high 한계 따윈 push you my way yeah. 전부 다 찝어볼까 내꺼 난장판 No one ever surrender 들어와 무대 삼켜 like a villain feel so like a killer 느낌 알잖아 Yeah I'm so dangerous dangerous baby I love the feel inside 세상을 흔들어 I can't resist You better watch out 지금 난 so danger danger so dangerous You know I like that I'm so danger danger so dangerous You know I like that I'm so danger danger so dangerous You know I like that I'm so danger danger so dangerous Baby I'm so dangerous so dangerous
Okay, Ian. Tempest's Dangerous. How many rappers does this group have? Because I feel like there was about 700 raps in that song.
Yeah. I do like this song, but I have many complaints with it.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp, I think.
So, like, I gave it a key to the city, but it borders on free to go at times,
Yeah.
depending on my mood with it. Yeah, I know Gotchi disagrees with me on that comment because I made that comment. She was very defensive of them, and like I kind of get it for the first raps because at least they do kind of fit the song. But I don't know why you'd ever start out a song with a rap unless the rapper's really good. And I'm actually I pulled up their profile to see how many rappers they have.
There's at least 3, probably 4, right? If not more.
They have 2 according to their. Oh nope, 3.
Okay, I was
Great.
going to say, like, how is there this many rap verses if you have 2 rappers? This is ridiculous.
They have a lot of people
Endless.
listed as just vocalists. They don't really have a lot of position distinction. It doesn't look
That
like.
doesn't surprise me. They don't have very good vocalists, it doesn't sound like.
No, and I love Liu. I'm not gonna. His actual name is so hard. The second rapper, the blonde one, he was on Brodeuce. He was like Sewun's son on Brodeuce, but he's not a great rapper. But his verse was actually okay because it was very short.
The raps are fine. Like, there's nothing that offensive about them. I just don't need that many in this type of a song.
Yeah, I agree. I think particularly the last one is the worst. The one in the bridge, just is the most useless of them.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that
Um,
definitely does not need to be there at all.
Like the one after the chorus, I can like the first chorus, I can kind of hand wave.
I already was like, oh, come on now. You've had like an entire verse of just raps.
I know,
And
I
now
know,
we're
I know.
back. Like, come on. I did
Yeah.
my time. Let me out, you know?
Yeah, no, I get that. I don't think it needs to be there, but it's more hand waveable than the last one.
Yeah. I think part of my frustration with this song is that it keeps reminding me of better songs by using their titles in the chorus. So I'm like, oh, Villain, that's a great song. Love that one. Oh, So Dangerous, that's much better than this song. Like, there's so many better
Dangerous
songs
is
than
a lot better
this.
than the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, it is. It's So Dangerous by Attention. Everyone go listen to it. Yeah, I agree with a lot of that. And also this suffers from fourth gen boy group syndrome a little bit.
Big time.
It has gravity vocal processing on the chorus, which bugs me. It bugs me on gravity songs. It bugs me here.
Yeah.
Just let them sing on happy songs, producers. Like, stop it. Like, what? It's not going to kill you. Like, they don't need to be blended out like that on the chorus. Like, they didn't do that on Bad News. Bad News was outstanding. Bad News is infinitely better than this song.
Here comes bad news. Suck up, come on, on my way. 시작해, kiss your back. 세상을 던져보여 다시. 널 결정해, 나의 rules. 고집하라, 끝까지. 이제 지켜봐, it's for you.
I think it made my top 20. Maybe it didn't. I can't remember. Nope, it's not that one. Oh, is it? Nope. Sorry, I've derailed twice for looking to find my top 20. Okay, no, it didn't. It just missed out on my top 20. But Bad News a lot better than the song. And they didn't do that with it, and it was also happy. So come on, don't do this. Like, you can do it like once, and it's okay. But like, and I get that they haven't really done it before, so maybe I should give them a pass. But everyone is doing it, so it's old at this point.
Yeah. It frustrates me because, like, I don't know if I'm being unfair by saying that no one really seems like they're that essential in this group. Because I don't feel like anyone has really shown me that they're amazing in this group. I feel like they're all just, like, default 6 out of 10 idols.
Again, I know 2 of the members from Produce, and I like both of them. They're not, like, standout type people.
I just feel like,
Though
like
at
the
the same
personnel
time-
just isn't on the level that it used to be in a lot of these groups.
Yeah, I mean...
And that's very unkind to say, but also, like,
Yeah.
show me something that, like, demands me to be like, okay, yeah, this guy's really good.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I'm
not seeing
totally-
it with these groups. Like, everyone just seems
Yeah.
so replaceable.
Yeah, I do get you a lot on that. As much as I do like both Lou and Hyung Sub, because he was also on Produce. But you usually have a couple of those people, and then you have people who are stand out. And I know Gachi would say that about Hanbin in this group. I believe he was on the Enhypen formation show.
Which one is he in this?
He's the one with the horrible hair.
Narrow it down, man.
the mullet, the like really long, like
Oh,
blonde
with the
mullet
like
in the
blonde
back.
tips.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah, I see. Oh, I love that.
It is definitely the worst hair in this music video, like,
Yeah.
no question. But like, I I think that they've put out a very, excluding their horrid song, um, a solid repertoire for a fourth gen boy group. They've been upbeat except the horrid song. Um that shall not be named.
I know the
But
one you mean, and it is
I
absolutely appalling. And I will edit it in
yeah.
here, so so
Okay,
people can
great.
hear.
Everyone have fun with that.
Dragon not a fly high 기세를 몰아 높이 날아올라 휘몰아친 열기 더 끝까지 넘친 숨 거침없이 Dragon not a fly high 모두 내 뜻대로 해 겁없는 time 세상을 흔들어 날 따라와 지루한 분위기 뒤집어.
But excluding that song, they've done only happy stuff and upbeat stuff, which is nice. And I know Gravity is also doing it, but they're not doing, except for this song, the Gravity vocal processing. I don't. That's my main complaint with Gravity songs. So yeah, and like the melody in the chorus is interesting. I think the backing track I don't mind either, although it gets a little bit long in the tooth by the end. That kind of like down like percussion line. It's very repetitive, but like, yeah, I don't have a ton to say with this. I'm just like, I wish that there was just a bit. Turn back the auto tune and just like turn down the rap a little bit.
Wouldn't
Because
that be nice?
there is a much better song here. And there is a much better song here because one of the B-sides on this album is very good.
Just before you move on to B-sides, I just want to mention,
Okay.
ever since you
Go
mentioned
ahead.
this guy with the blonde tips, like, dear lord, does he overdance a lot in this video. My god. He
See,
looks
I don't-
like something's trying to escape from his body at parts of this. Like, it's way too much. I haven't seen
Okay,
overdancing like that in a while.
Gachi might come for you for that.
Yeah,
so
good
just
for her. It
warning
looks
you.
ridiculous. I'm sorry. You know, she can come for me. It's fine. She knows more about choreography. But to me, it looks like he's overdancing
Yeah.
like a fucking madman.
Yeah,
Looks like he's got
I
ants in his
wasn't.
pants. Like, it's ridiculous.
I wasn't paying enough attention to note that.
You can see everything. Every movement is like his neck's falling off and like his legs are about to leave the fucking scene. You know, it's ridiculous.
I kind of do see what you mean, actually, now that I'm looking at
It's
it.
way too much. Like, I appreciate enthusiasm, but this is a level that you don't need to go to. This is very silly looking.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, whether Gachi listens to this bit because we're talking about Tempest is an unknown, but hi,
Yeah, we'll
Gachi, if
see.
you are.
Yeah, I'll get ready for the onslaught in the Discord if you
Yeah,
do.
yep. So yeah, proof that they can do much better. One of the B-sides on this album is a lot better than this one, is both a bit catchier, doesn't have the vocal processing, nowhere near as many raps, and overall is a much better time. Not that I don't, again, like this song. I'm making it sound very negative. It's just there's more to easily pick at complaints here. The song's called Freak Show. Gachi put it in the Discord.
Oh, 상상만했던 그 꿈이 눈앞에 보일 때 쏟아지는 하늘을 날린 가슴 날리고 crazy 뒤집어질 때까지 freak show 가진 대체하게 않는 분지쳐봐봐 감춰왔던 내게와 freak show 조금 특이해도 되니까 괜찮아 말리지 마 the freak show pop the light pop the light 너와 freaky show pop the light ready for the party let's get it on
And Swither also liked it. So I feel like that's a rare alliance of people to really like a song.
I did listen to it, and I had a lot of problems
Yeah.
with it, but I don't remember what they were. So I can listen to
Okay,
it now and
interesting.
work that out if you like. I think there's cringy vocal things happening, isn't there? That they say something
There-
really cringy.
There might be something cringy, like a lyric or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But I'll at least plug that because it's the song that I've been listening to more this week, alongside a bunch of. I'm mainly listening to older songs, not old, but like I tend to listen to new music more than older stuff, just because it's new and it scratches an itch. But I've still been Minhyun B-side that I really like, Perfect Type, and the good Boys Planet songs that I mentioned last time I've been mainly listening to, and to all the way back, still Purple Kiss, because that's just going to be my year, I think.
Just loves that sweet juice.
So, and a song that I'll throw a shout out to because it has a part that I have never been able to listen past because it's so bad, even though the rest of the song is pretty decent. The Boys' Roar is one of the worst breakdown bridges I've ever heard. But the rest of the song is decent, so I get to there and I'm like, I can't do it, and I skip it.
Yeah, we've edited in that bridge before, so I won't do it again.
Yeah, just because I played it a couple times this week, and it's every time I've been like, oh, I forgot how bad it was. So yeah. Any other comments before I move on to some news of the week slash I already mentioned it, Boys Planet.
Well, that's your positivity podium stuff, right? So I can do mine
Yeah.
after that if you like. I have a few things, but
Sounds good. I won't fully say it's positivity podium, but it's positive leaning podium. I don't know.
that's as far as it goes at the moment.
So, Boys Planet had the finale on Thursday. I can't believe Mnet didn't push it back, but I'm also not surprised because Mnet is evil, given everything that happened this past week. But the lineup for the horribly named Zero Base 1 or ZB1 isn't too bad from my perspective. I think there could be a chance that they get out of some of these bad 4th gen boy group rabbit holes that we've been talking about with these two songs today. But of course that depends heavily on production.
I have zero faith.
I do think they have some of the vocals potentially to get at least a little bit past it. So I'll do a quick little rundown. I'll go 9-1 because I have less to say about the people further down on the list, generally speaking. And I'll mention a couple people who just missed it because that's always the controversy, isn't it? So at 9, Han Yoo-jin, a child, is there because he's the popular child. He gives me Kangmin a very, very when they debuted energy a little bit, like is a child and people like him because he's cute in a child way. I don't know. It bothers me every single time there's idols like this that get popular. Like Kangmin's great. He's an adult now, but still it bothers me.
Is it as uncomfortable as when the really young girls got into Kepler, like Yessa, who was 14 or 15 or something, and
He's
everyone
not
was like,
that
she's
young.
so
He's
pretty, and I'm like,
I think
she's a child.
People don't, at least on English internet, people don't talk about him nearly as much and like
Okay.
that, fortunately. But he's also a little bit older. I think he's 16, so he's not obscenely young. He's a more normal maknae age, but still he's there because he's young and people liked him for some reason. I'm not gonna diss him because he's a child, but it is what it is. Then we have someone much
kids.
then we have someone. I think Eugene was born in 2007. I don't know why I remember that.
Jesus.
Someone born almost a decade before him. Born in 1998, Kim Ji-woong, who was in 2 failed boy groups before this. So good on him. He was in. Do you remember NX? They're the group of his that I remember because they had a song I liked. I'll wreck that song because sadly only the Mandarin version is on Spotify and it's not very good. But I'll wreck the song nonetheless. I just need to look it up because I do not remember the name of it off the top of my head, even though I should be
Filling me
prepared
with
for this.
confidence on this song.
Together is what the song's called. It's not the best, but go listen to it. It's not 4th gen boy group. he's very handsome man, and is born in 1998, so is not a child.
What was his
But
other
he's
group called? Do you remember?
NX and then BIT, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know either of them.
Um,
If it was
yeah,
BIG, I'd be able to help
BIT.
you, but not BIT.
No, it was BIT. I think. And not the member of BAE 173, a whole boy group. So, but yeah, he's decently, is a decent vocalist,
Okay.
like sub vocal type dude. But he's pretty. And he was in a few BL dramas and wasn't
Oh.
like coy about talking about it on the show, which is quite surprising oftentimes. So I'll give him props for that too.
Yeah, that's good.
I guess. Number 7 was Kim Guvin, who will constantly get confused with Cuban from Only One Of, because it's not that common of a name. He's a meh rapper with a small face.
Oh, excellent. Face genius.
He
Here we
seems
go.
he seems funny. I'll give him props for that. That's some clips I've seen, but like I don't have much to say, so I'll move on. 6 is their main vocal, Kim Tae-rae, who I mentioned had to make the group for the group to have a chance of being decent, and he did. So they'll at least have a main vocal. He was the one in the Man in Love stage that I pointed out a couple of times. He did like the high notes and stuff. I think they might have messed with his voice a little bit on that, as you said.
Definitely did.
But he is a talented vocalist, it does seem. So there's at least some hope, at least on that. Definitely is more vocal punch than some of the fourth gen boy groups that we kind of rag on a little bit for that. Then we have Park Gun-wook. I can never say his name correctly. I'm so sorry, dude. Park Gun-wook. He's one of the Jellyfish trainees. They went viral at the very beginning, I think, for some reason. They did very, very GBTB as their eval stage, which, like, I mean, I guess to show up dancing works pretty well, because it is a good choreo. But he hopefully they don't have him rap because he thinks he's a rapper and he's not good.
I love those.
But he's actually a pretty decent like sub vocal though. Like again, like not like main vocal blow your mind or anything, but can bring
Getting
it
some real Kepler vibes here with all the sub vocals and rappers.
Yeah, well, there's only actually one rapper unless they make Gunwook rap.
Okay.
So and they do have a main vocal, unlike Kepler.
I mean, they
so-
kind of do. Chaehyun works as one.
Yeah, well, okay. But they
He's
also do have a
decent.
couple lead vocal quality people as well. But lead vocal fourth gen people, so depending on how you define it.
So sub vocal.
Well, yeah. He was kind of the surprise, I think, of the final lineup because he was not really. He was only in the top 9 once, and like at the very bottom of it, but jumped up to 5. So interesting. People were making the very sad joke on Twitter that might be very true because it's how Jellyfish is, that it saved Very Very another 2 years of their career, because he'll be in this group for 2.5 years. So yeah, because Jellyfish probably won't debut a new group until he's out, I assume.
Or they debut a new group anyway, and then he goes solo.
Yeah, but doesn't seem like a solo type, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, number 4, Ricky. People love him. He's a decent like sub vocal again. Like,
Oh, my favorite.
he went viral for a line, and I think that's what what did he say? I'm rich, young, and handsome, or something like that. And he says it
Right.
all the time, and it's just the thing. Like I also kind of surprised at the top 9 because Koreans weren't huge on him. He's Chinese, but like, okay. I'm not gonna be mad, but like, okay. Then we have the token English speaker, the Canadian, Sok Matthew, who is probably maybe lead vocal quality. He was on the song that you liked of the stages that we watched last week at the end of after the show. So, you know, he's like cute boy energy, like Aegyo type of dude, but you know.
Okay.
Um so
Potentially fun concept.
maybe. That's what I hope, because
Considering
I
there's
think they
two
have a lot.
guys you've described as cute / egg.
Yeah, because I think they have a lot of stuff that could be fun group, you know, kind of people. And I think a lot of people were endeared by him because his sister kept posting TikToks like about him and talking about him, which is kind of cute, I
That
will
is
say.
cute.
I'll give them props. He was also, from what I see from people, a very much an Mnet PD pick, which like sometimes they're right. I'll give them credit. Like they're not
Oh,
always wrong with
was
the
he
people
drowning
they.
in screen time?
Yeah, versus Tere over the entire 12 episodes had 9 minutes of screen time. And he still made the final group though. So, you know, sometimes weird things happen.
That doesn't sound like that bad of a total, to be honest, considering
I
some
think it
of what
was
I've
I
seen
think
on
it
these
was
shows.
well, sometimes it's nothing, but for someone who's like in the final, you know, lineup, it was pretty darn low, I think,
Yeah.
from the sense I was getting. And then the top two who were like destined to be the top two in a lot of ways. Number two kicked off the number one spot the final week. Sung Hanbin, Korea's favorite person at the moment, or at least in terms of this show. He very good dancer. Like taught people dancing,
Mhm.
but also a pretty decent vocalist too. Like you know, lead vocal quality, like you know, support a good main vocal type deal,
Okay.
and is pretty like endearing and funny too. Also older, I think he was born in 2000, so you know, not super young, which is nice. He went viral for he did a choreo to one of RuPaul's songs a while ago, so of course that went viral on the internet, which is pretty fun. And he seems cool, so like you know, not a bad like person to be one of the faces of a group.
Mhm.
But yeah, he was the main vocal on one of the last two songs, which I'll mention now. It's called Jelly Pop. Um, I will say though, the last two songs that they did, some of the worst, just auto tune the entire time, never off the dial, can never
Yeah.
actually hear anything. Like
That's
what? Like it,
always what these sort of songs
not
for these shows are like, though. They're always like that now. Like
not
Girls'
the
Planet once had the
stages.
same kind of terrible production on them.
Like the stages, yes, but the song too. It's not the
No, the
the
recording
auto.
always is like that because it's super rushed, I think, because they're on the show. But
Yeah,
they're always
yeah.
just
So
like,
like
fuck it, smooth everything over, it'll be fine.
yeah,
Like I
and
really
it's
liked
but
one of the
it's
songs from, or a couple of the songs from later on in Girls'
mm,
Planet, but they had such dreadful vocal production that it was like hard to get through.
yeah, and I like the song, but I think I might struggle with it because of the vocal production and might not be able to add it to my playlist because of it, even though I like the song otherwise.
Mm.
Although it has this little tiny bit in the chorus that slows down a song more than I've ever heard in my entire life. Like it's like three words, but it grinds to a halt and then goes
Oh, I
right back
hate
to it.
that. I'm definitely not going to like this song then.
um
Is it as
but
bad as
he has
Ives 11, where it just like dies for that bit before the chorus?
난 몰랐어 내 맘이 이리 다채로운지
it is similar to that actually. Now that you
Oh, I
mention
can't
it, like it's not
stand
as
that.
long as that bit, but it does do a pretty like oof, and then you're
Mm.
like okay, because it's really high paced because it's like a fun like dance type song. Like do you remember you're not gonna remember Super Hot from
I do
Brutus.
remember Super Hot because it's
It's like
Mario Strikers, baby!
Super hot, she's super hot. 나나나나나나, yeah. 넌 태양보다 뜨거운 메가톤 bomb. She's hot, too super hot. 나나나나나나, yeah. Get up, 넌 특별한 girl. Girl, she's super hot. Get up and get down, get up and party. Get up and get down. 오늘 밤에 너와
it's like super hot. It's like it has some similarities with that song, like a similar kind of pace, like drive to it.
Mhm.
Although Super Hot much better. There's also not nearly as much bad vocal production on Produce, so If you want
Yeah,
to
it
go
was a
listen
lot
to
better.
better Mnet songs, Produce is a lot better.
Yeah. Listen
Like
to
I
the
was
Mario
listening,
Strikers theme, otherwise known as Super Hot.
Super Hot, Hands on Me. Although Hands on Me is vocal production because it's a stylistic thing, not because it's like the entire song. Oh Little Girl is one of my favorites from that season 2. Of course, the Hui song Never, but the live stage is so much better because Jaehwan actually kills a high note in it. Anyway, back to Boys Planet. And number 1, for the first time ever on an Mnet show, a non-Korean first place contestant, which of
Wow.
course is raising the xenophobia. It's Jung Hao, who I mentioned last time too when we talked about some of the stuff. He's very talented as well, also a pretty good dancer and a pretty good vocalist too, like also kind of lead vocal ish, ish quality. Like again, not like infinite lead vocal, but
But who
for
is?
what we get. For what we get now, much better than most groups' main vocalists.
Okay.
Kind of like Hanbin.
I was waiting for you to say
and-
sub-vocal again.
No, fortunately not. But also, a pretty boy, of course. Like the top few are always going to be pretty boys. But pretty boys with talent is more than them. That shows usually give, because usually it's just the pretty, but at least the top 2 are pretty good vocalists alongside of that.
Mhm.
And has also gotten some weird things online. People keep bringing up things saying he's gay, which, like, if he is,
I mean, it's none of your business either way.
yeah, it's none of your business. And both of the countries that he's going to be spending his time in, that's stop. Like, come on, like, let him live his life.
What's the fucking need, man? Like, just leave him alone.
So yeah, he definitely did have some comments that went viral like as the show was starting, from when he was younger, of like taking down homophobes on like Chinese social media that are like very funny, like parodying the talking points back at them. But like, do you know that video from ages ago on YouTube of like the parody of like anti-gay like commercials, but it's like for like straight people?
I don't know it
I'll
off.
find it and put it in the show
but-
references.
Okay.
But it's where like they bully all the straight couple for being straight. Like, it's so weird that you're like that kind of thing. That's kind of what his comments were, and they were funny. But anyway,
Yeah.
for an Mnet show's lineup, I will say there are some pretty decently talented people that also happen to be pretty, and usually it's one or the other.
Yeah.
So I'll at least be somewhat. I'll be excited for whatever they put out the first time and hope and pray that it's good. But I have no strong faith that it actually will be. I'll just be looking forward to it, and we'll see what happens. So, because you can never really fully trust. They would have had another main vocal if the group was bigger, but they did 9 people, just like Girls Planet. So, although number 10 would have caused controversy because people really don't like him. It's Jay, the American, who's very, very controversial for things he may or may not have said in a Discord server that he or his friends said in a Discord server. I don't know the tea because I don't care. But he is, a main vocal type person. So maybe their music will suffer for it.
Yep. Usually the way.
And Hui finished 13. So.
Show's a joke, mate. Fuck it all. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah. I mean,
get it all in the bin.
Again, I didn't want Hui in the final group because I want Pentagon to exist still. But as we talked about last time, it's probably Pentagon's done, sadly.
Yeah.
But I hope otherwise. But I never have any faith in the companies to actually use the notoriety that these shows bring. Seeing what Top Media did with Usuk and Jinhyuk post Produce X, particularly, is the strong example. The only people who did it okay somehow was Pledis, which is a shocking statement to say. But also most of the group was on the show, so I guess it kind of made sense that they pulled it off okay, but they could have exiled Min Hyun, who was in 101 afterwards, and they didn't. So Pledis, for maybe the only time, one of the few times ever, gets props. So we'll see what happens. I mean, if it launches a Hui solo career, that would also be a good thing because he should be a big solo artist in a lot
He
of ways.
should, but that's never how this works.
So fingers crossed on some stuff, but we'll have to see what happens. Yeah.
Initial assessment based on your words shows a fucking joke, mate. He not making it, and then Mayor Rapper Man making it, and lots of sub vocals making it. Nah, mate, get it in the bin. Get it in the bin.
Yeah.
Kepler 2, baby. Shit vocals over well-produced backing tracks. Let's go.
I don't know. I don't think I think their vocals will be stronger than Kepler's.
They fucking better be, because I can't take that again.
But we don't quite have a. I don't know IOI well enough, so I have to keep going back to.
IOI had
101.
some incredible vocalists and some incredibly weak vocalists. So
I know, like IOI had Sejong,
Sejong,
of course.
Chungha, like
Oh,
wild,
Chungha, yeah,
amazing
okay,
vocalists.
Yeah, all like
So-
so IOI had some mixed in. 101, of course, had some mixed in. You know, having Jaehwan.
This one had
and
like
Gachi's favorite one to hate on.
maybe
Sunwoo.
2.
Yeah, but IS1 always sounded more flat to me. But that was maybe the production choices than them girls themselves.
They had quite a
'cause-
few that weren't amazing, but also like. A few
But
that
some
were
of their
pretty good.
solo stuff has been pretty good vocally post. Or
Yeah.
at least, good enough. Like,
I mean, they had at the very least Unbi and Yuri were both very good singers.
well, exactly. But I think their production ended up rounding it out in the way that a lot of fourth gen boy groups round out stuff. So you can't really tell.
I always thought they did it
sadly.
pretty gracefully in production, but maybe that's me because I knew
wasn't-
they
it
weren't
wasn't-
working with a lot with some of those girls. Like,
Well, yeah.
when you got
I
like
just
One
don't-
Young and some of those Japanese girls, they just were not great vocalists. Like, that's
mean,
no shade
yeah.
on them; they just weren't there for that.
Yeah. You can't fully take my comments at face value because I don't know IS1 hardly at all.
Yeah.
So I can't really fully comment on it. But no, like they definitely did it a lot better than like the boy groups we were complaining about earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it gives me at least some hope that we'll get a good survival show group output. But IS1 has the by far best discog of any of the Mnet shows.
An absolute mile.
Because otherwise the only good songs are 101's Energetic.
멈출 수 없는 기분 no 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 Make me feel so high 미치겠어 날 멈출 순 없어 You make me feel so high I'm so crazy 너가 나를 본 순간 막 끌려가 날 당겨줘 baby I'm feeling so energetic 오늘 밤 둘이 out of control yeah I'm feeling so energetic
And that's
Yeah.
where it stops for me, basically.
And very, because let's
I
not
hate that
forget
song.
that one. It's a banger.
I
It's
hate
an
that
irritating
song.
banger, but it's a banger nonetheless.
너무너무너무너무너무너무너무너무너무너무 좋아하는 게 땐 말해줘 내가 자꾸 떠오르는 그대 불러줘
And there is one Kepler song that you hate that is on my playlist.
We Fresh by any chance?
Yep, it is We Fresh.
Terrible song.
But I like it for some reason a little bit.
시작됐어 like that fine 내 두 팔에 refresh 걱정은 없어 품 한 개는 없어 지켜줄게 now 우리 외쳐 go We 몰아쳐 refresh Gotta go gotta go gotta go refresh 뻔하든 뻔한지는 모두 다 break all the rules 우리가 보여줄게 너를 위해 Come on touchdown Move your body fast 손 잡자 high five 좀 더 빠르게 갈게 우리 함께면 we fresh oh, oh, we fresh
So
Fun.
yeah, I'll hope that that we get some good music. At least
Ladies
some
in
of
the chat, the Kepler Defense
Yeah.
Force is here.
Yeah. At least some of the dudes in this I know are quite talented, and I'll be looking forward to see what they end up doing.
Mhm.
Seeing where Tere ends up, where the top two end up as well, Jung Hao and Hanbin. And it's good to see someone like Jung, who's been in 2 failed boy groups, get a chance, and at least
Mhm.
even if the music's bad, he'll have a much better situation to be in. So
Yeah, I think it's kind of fitting that we're still playing this Tempest music video, because I feel like they're going to do Tempest things where like the concept's going to be what we want, but the execution's not going to be what we want. From what I'm hearing, anyway, that's what it sounds like to me.
That might be the case, but it's always such a wild card with what they end up deciding to do with the groups.
True.
The aesthetic they've been giving them gives. I'm trying to think of a group that has done anything near what the aesthetic is, because I can't really.
What is it, like wildly colourful or moody?
No, like ethereal a little bit,
Okay.
like which would be nice because we don't get that much. And I could see them pulling it off very well, given the lineup that they have. Because you don't necessarily need like a super punchy main vocal for that type of song.
True.
And again, not that Tere is a good vocal. I think he should have been a lead vocal in my personal criteria, as much as I do like what I've seen from him. And it would fit the voices, and you can do that kind of song well, I think, with the lineup they have. But who knows what Mnet, or it's not Mnet anymore. It goes to Wake One, I think, the same company as managing Kepler, so they could screw everything up still.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. But at least the concept stuff that we've been getting, maybe it'll be at least different than what we're getting from boy groups now, because I think we're getting mostly noise music, moody boy realm, and we're getting
bright but with terrible production.
Yeah, and we're not really getting any middle ground kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it would be, and the middle ground stuff can be quite good. It can be quite boring, but it can be quite good at the same time. So I'll be hopeful for some stuff from them, and looking forward to it. At least because I didn't watch the show, so I don't have tortured opinions about it. So I can maybe kind of enjoy it. Because watching these shows means you don't have any fun with the group at the end. Like, I was miserable about 101 the entire time they existed.
Yeah.
Like, Energetic did not make my playlist until like 2020 because I was
What the hell were you
upset.
doing, man? How much of a grudge can you bear? That's an amazing song.
I understand. If it also hadn't been their first song, it probably would have made my playlist. But it was the show was so fresh for me.
Fair.
And I was so frustrated about the show, not just because Sehun missed it. That wasn't the only reason why, but with the lineup of 101, except Jaehwan.
That's fair, because I think probably the well was poisoned for me with Kepler pretty quickly, because like no one good made the lineup.
And as much as I wanted Jaehwan to make the lineup, and it's very good that he did, because he was like an independent person, like didn't have a label. Like Jung didn't have a label either this season of Boys Planet. So it's always obviously big when they make it, because they might not have another shot if they don't have a label. But at the same time, I think if you watch the shows, you definitely have a much bigger chance of being like, as much as you might be excited that someone you liked made it, you're also like so mad that some of these other people made it when like you saw all these other people on the show.
That was the issue with Girls Planet. Like, I was actually voting on Girls Planet. Like it was that deep. But I knew no one I liked was ever going to make it. But you feel like you have to participate anyway. I've done my time now. I never have to do that for an Mnet show again now, which is great.
Yeah, I could have voted for Boys Planet, but I wasn't watching it, and I didn't want to make myself invested to that level in it as much as I was kind of rooting for some people to make the final lineup. I was like, I'm just gonna stand back from it a little bit. And I will mention that the Man in Love performance that you hated somewhat, but also liked some of the little bits of, the person you liked the most is my number one alt bias behind Sehun, and it's Dong-yeol from Attention. So I'll give him a little bit of a shout out for.
I didn't think he was like amazing, but he was competent.
He's a sub vocal. He
didn't sound like a sub vocal, so that was good.
like, but he is a sub. Like that was always his role in Uptension. He's a dancer.
Maybe this is a
dude.
sign of
Like,
how far the sub vocal has fallen in K-pop. that used to be considered a sub vocal, and that now is he's like definitely lead vocal level. That guy, from what I saw.
now he is,
Yeah.
and he's definitely a much better vocalist now than when they debuted, which often happens. I
Yeah.
think with groups that people are actually talented and or actually care, will improve over time quite a bit. But yeah, for sure, I agree with you that it does show somewhat of where things have fallen.
Yeah.
Because he's also a very attractive dude too, so it's not like that's missing either. So I'm really hoping that post this, Hwani and Dongyeol will get picked up for something while the other dudes are in the military because they're quite a bit younger, and they'll do some duo stuff. Maybe
do a sub-unit.
we'll get it. Maybe we'll get a good project group like JBJ out of it, with some of the talented dudes who missed it, because I know there are some talented vocalists that missed it in like the 10 through 25 range. So we'll have to see. Sometimes these shows produce a good bump of content, and sometimes they produce a really bad one. So I'll be optimistic for once and hope that we're on a good bump of post Boys Planet content, because for better or for worse, I think too, boy group stands and boy idol stands tend to stick around much harder for their idols than girls
Definitely,
get that
yeah.
effect. I think we've seen it with the post IOI groups versus the post 101 groups, for instance. Even if stuff has faded for them, they've definitely maintained careers a lot longer.
My argument is this is why girl groups have to have better songs. Because people don't stick with them just for who they are. Like, they stick with them because the music's good. Whereas boy groups can release any old shit and it's fine, you know.
I still stick with people because I think their music's good and I think they're talented. But I know that's not a lot of...
GBTV, Ian. GBTV.
Please skip that one. And very, very gets complicated.
Yeah.
They're my like main exception to my rules generally about stuff. Although again, they have two very good main and lead vocals. Like Gaehyun is way better than most groups' main vocal, and he's their lead. So, like,
but all he's got to work with is Tap Tap and GBTV, so he can't do any of that, you know.
They've had a lot of. They've had other songs.
Yeah,
I understand. I share your frustration as much as I'm defending them. I share your frustration. So hopefully their May comeback is actually good, because otherwise I'll be very, very, very sad. And eventually I will lose the ability to keep doing it.
You can only defend terribleness for so long, you know.
And it's not even that I'm always, because like I won't defend songs like GBTV, and as much as like I did kind of enjoy Tap Tap when it comes out, I hardly listen to it now because it's again not a good song. As much as, you know, I do want them doing that type of sound realm. I never added Undercover to my playlist, and I think that album is still pretty atrocious. But you know. It's just it's like a squandering thing for me, because you get a group, not to say bad things about Tempest, because I don't like having to bring them up, or Gravity or someone like them that like have so much, like the production, while it misses at the end, like there is a lot good there in what they're doing. I just wish the same could be said about the very, very stuff, that it would be that direction and not it's their vocals and their stuff saving songs that aren't as good, because that's really what it has been for the last couple of years, and it's annoying. You don't even need to do the New Jack Swing stuff, just Lay Back or even Thunder. Like, I know you don't really love those songs, but like they're so much better
than what they've been doing, though, definitely.
And I'll even give Trigger a little bit of credit. It's much better than the other stuff that they've put out.
Yeah, here's my thing, right? Bring back the classy concept. Get your suits on, boys. Bring out some good classy, some brass maybe, bit of strings possibly. Give it a go. You've been in the industry long enough. You're men now. Do it.
Yeah, that would also work great for them. Fortunately, their round their awful the O series that had all those songs on it is over. I also actually say O is actually decent, even though it's not a very very song.
점점 깊어지는 어둠 나를 삼킨 것 끝이 없는 곳 결코 완전할 수 없는 space 너를 마주해 like it's so ironic yeah 무너져 내리기 전에 get over it 어둠 like the O 나를 삼킨 것 끝이 없는 곳 나의 내 맘까지 노려보네 yeah yeah
It just doesn't sound like a very very song, but it's better than a lot of their other output had been. It
I
was
don't
my
remember that
favorite
one,
song
like,
of theirs
at
last year.
all.
It's like it sounds like kind of R&B ish.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you liked it, but
No.
it's at least much better produced than
Okay.
much better songwriting choices than Get Away or as much as I like the vocals on Trigger and I like the melodies, that song also has a lot of moments. I don't remember
Finger
Steven
guns,
yelling at me
baby.
about it.
I love the finger guns in Trigger. It just gets me every time.
I remember Steven yelling at me about that song. But yeah, of course I have to be hopeful, but I think it's one more and I'll be in a bad spot
Yeah.
with that. And then I'll be basically out of boy groups or out of artists that I'm a fan of. And I'll join you on the sad old men corner, even though
Yeah. Someone's got to join
so-
me in here.
yeah, because otherwise, I mean, I have Golden Child, I guess, but
I mean, to be fair though, I'm kind of out of that now. I've got 50-50 in Rocket Punch. I'm fine. I'm chilling.
yeah,
I have a group I'm actually passionate about. It makes a change, you know?
I mean, I'm really passionate about very, very about Uptension, but Uptension, of course, are going in the military. Who knows if they do anything when they come back because of their whole situation, since they all left top media. I'll be hoping for Hwani and Dongyul to do stuff.
I don't have much hope
soon.
considering that Teen Top don't even get to do anything anymore because of top media, even though they've
Well,
had
yeah,
a big
I know,
surge of
I know.
popularity.
That's why I'm hoping at least we get some like duo, solo stuff out of Hwani and Dongyul.
Yeah.
IVE Seun, of course, who's still like my favorite artist, and
Yeah.
is like the only thing that makes me like maybe I should watch these shows because of course I found him on Produce season 2, but also like never again.
I don't really think it's happening anymore.
I don't think so. I don't think you're getting someone like Seun on the new shows because he like produces all of his own music, like played the guitar, when he went to Produce, like already a good vocalist. Like his dancing wasn't great, and of course he doesn't really dance anymore, so he doesn't need to. Although he does do like little fun choreo things, but not like boy group.
Yeah.
But like, and the whole thing of like his audition, Boa asked him like, "Are you in this to be an idol? Like you don't seem like you're being an idol." And his comment was, "My actual dream is to become a CEO," which iconic
Incredible.
Produce moment. I love him so much. But Starship has him in the dungeon because IVE are getting all the money. So his contract should be up next year.
Go to Antenna. Everyone go to Antenna. They actually let you do good things. Go on.
Because he'll have his fan base. Like he still does a lot of concerts in Korea, and like they're not going to be huge venues, but he is a very very loyal. Like again, maybe it's the boy idol thing, but like he also does really good.
But also,
music.
he's not really an idol, is he? Though, like he
No,
doesn't have
like
that
he got idol
audience. He has
training.
like musician audience, like you'd expect from like a proper artist,
Yeah, he definitely is. And I know you don't really like a lot of his music. He definitely is more on the musician side.
He's more of a singer-songwriter than an idol.
He's definitely a singer. Like the thing that everyone calls him is singer-songwriter doll. Like because he had the idol training and the idol experience, but he's definitely more of a singer-songwriter in a lot of ways. But he does maintain at least some of that idol following from Produce days. And because he has the kind of big personality for it, and he should be emceeing shows too if Starship cared, but they don't. So like, cause he's hilarious and everyone loves him when he does stuff, but he doesn't really get to do stuff because Starship don't put him out there.
Yeah. Well, away from
So
agencies being shit, I'm gonna get us off this because we waffle
yes,
forever
go,
and
yeah,
do some positivity podium
yes,
before we
please,
end,
please
right?
save us.
Yeah, let's get out of this funk. We're just talking about everyone we've
Yeah.
ever liked. So fuck that.
Being hopeful for Boys Planet, group being good. That's my positivity podium.
Yeah, let's hope so. I have several, but some of them I probably can't talk about in case people talk about them.
Okay.
So I guess I'll do the ones that I can't see anyone calling in about. Well, first off,
That makes sense.
Atarashi Gakko's Otana Blue is good. Swither recommended it last week. I've been enjoying that. Very quirky, weird, fun song. I found their
Sounds
first
like
take
something I
performance of
probably
it
wouldn't
kind of insufferable, but the song is good, so I enjoy the song. What
It
else?
does
I
sound like
can't.
something I wouldn't like.
You
based
probably
on
wouldn't
saying that.
because it's a little bit kind of silly, but it's fun.
Okay.
I can't see anyone calling in about Spray, so I'll shout out his new song called Man's Like with Blaze and Coogie.
When I rap, all the girls like. When I trap, all the girls like. When I rap, all the girls like. When I trap, all the girls like. When I rap, all the girls like. When I trap, all the girls like. When I rap, all the girls like. When I trap, all the girls like. Hey, I'm a drillers, man's like. 이제 보여서 윗단계. 1일 1식 식단에서는 닿게. 동족될 때까지 퍼먹어 범퍼 몸에 따른 이지 안 가난 반대야. 내기만 하는 내 첫 번째 rule. Spray on a beat, 마시게 한 수저. 꼭꼭 씹어넣어 수와 흡수. 이따 힘써야 되니까 또 챙겨 탄수. On my body, on my body 이제 독독 거쳐 내 팔과 다리 너를 담탈 시간 나는 없다니까 지금 포커 페이스 결국 넌 없어 할 말. 백이면 백 중간에서 광탈 남을 탓할 시간을 또 관찰인 이상 그 정도로 가기엔 너무 높아.
Which is a very fun hip-hoppy rap song. Very, very, very fun. Great backing track. Love that. Give that a listen. And who else is safe to call in about? Probably the last one I can really talk about is my girl Beanie, who made number 2 on my list last year, has put out a song called Fast Food, which is pretty good. It's Beanie being Beanie, so give it a listen. She's very, very talented.
눈이 돌아가 역시 넌 날 알아 내내 찾아해봤어 너만이 나를 가득 채우고 난 자유로 제발 영원하면 안 될까 오 안 될까 지금만 날 먹고 죽어버림 안 될까 제발 죽어버림 안 될까 오 안 될까
And everything else is a potential topic for another week, so I can't talk about it. And I already talked about Alice's Dizzy, so I can't even talk about that either. Woo.
You could link some of those songs in the Discord. I'll possibly go give them a listen, although I'm horrible about doing that.
Yeah.
So
Basically,
even
this
though,
is
again,
my
I probably
call out
won't
that
like
you'll need to bring better songs because there's loads of good things you could talk about, but no one brought them.
I had a couple indie-ish songs that I'll mention too, actually, really quick, that I found decent. One of them was really boring, so I'm not going to mention it, but it made my playlist maybe because I was like walking home on a nice day when I listened to it. But a girl called It's, with a song title I'm not going to say. It's Love Is, and I don't curse, so I can't say it. Like, I don't I don't want to say it.
Where's this? Hang on, let me look this up. I'll swear. I can do swearing. What's she?
It's Love Is, and it starts with an F.
Where the fuck is this?
It's very
If Apple Music would ever find anything, that would be great, but it doesn't. I'm not finding this.
well, it has 886 views, the music video.
Oh, wonderful! I'm not finding this.
I'll put it in the show notes.
Okay.
References. It wasn't the best, but it was one of the better songs that I listened to in the week.
Great title.
Isn't it funny?
So yeah, Love Is Fuck. Check that out.
Yeah.
Love Is Fuck by It's.
And then another song that is probably more of like a me, like Akio type pick a little bit, if I remember correctly. But it's by an artist called None, and the song's called Wish.
I think I liked that.
So I quite liked that one as well. So I'll plug that one too because it was
Yeah,
quite
I did like that.
enjoyable.
That was good.
It's just not something I'd exactly call for the show about because I'm not sure I'd have enough to say on it. Which is a lot of the struggle for me sometimes with the indie stuff is even if I do have one I like, I'm just like I'm not sure where I could go with it on the show.
I think we might have already
unfortunately.
shouted that out, but I'll copy it in again because it's a good song.
못한 말해도 더 부족해 아직 맘을 꺼내 more 나머지 말들 천천히 건네줘 내 생각한다고 종일 보고 싶다고 more 뭐든 좋아 모두 내게 말해봐 니만 다 제가 더 괜찮으니까 하나부터 열까지 다 나쁘게 던져도 좋아 툭툭 꺼내봐 love yeah my wish 전부 더 부족해 더 꺼내줘
Okay. I might have just missed it because I was like I didn't process it. And then
I mean, it's in
listened
shout-outs at
through
the end
it.
of a show. Like, I don't expect everyone to listen to this point.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, I do normally listen. It's just like sometimes it's like a lot of things, and I just don't fully process
Yeah.
what the artist and stuff is. So yeah, I'll think that's kind of all for me. I'll end with a funny thing about Boys Planet that I wanted to mention. The group's name being Zero Base One is very funny in a lot of ways, because in China, 0 and 1 mean like top and bottom, like in gay relationship.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the Chinese dudes hit a big laugh when that name was announced.
Oh, brilliant.
It does make it a bit more funny that the number one contestant was Chinese and his the rumors we were talking about earlier, at least bashing homophobes on the internet. So that definitely happened. So
also,
it's
having
it's the funny lineup
ZB1
of stuff.
being your acronym is quite funny because that's ZB label already exists, Zany Bros. So
Oh yeah, you're right.
that's confusing.
Yeah, and I think that also means something bad in like Poland or something. It's a weird name all
Is it like an
around.
abbreviation of Zukublet?
What?
Oh, it's like a swear word in Russian.
It might be that or something similar to that, which is just like so lots of stumbles for Mnet on this group name, but at least they're funny. So I think it's their worst. It's the worst name they've picked, I think, because they haven't always had good ones. So it's impressive.
X1
that
was
it's the
pretty
worst.
shit, to be honest.
At least they made like a cool little graphic out of X1. Although X1 has all these shooters on the internet, we're like violently obsessed with them still, which I
Ooh.
don't understand. I know they
Give
had
it
a
up.
really
It's been
weird thing.
years.
I know they had a really weird thing happen of like they're supposed to be around for a long time and they just like poofed because of the rigging scandal. Yet Ice One stuck around even though they were also rigged, which is
Yeah.
it was weird, but also like it was the companies made that decision. You can blame Victon's company for taking the leader of their group back,
Mhm.
whatever. Although a bunch of them just didn't resign this week, so that's a story that happened, which is unfortunate because they've had some good music. Even though you haven't liked it, but anyway, so funny Mnet things. We can end it there because we'll keep talking somehow.
Yep.
So,
Thank you for calling in, Ian. You're always a delight to
course.
chat with.
and you're always great to chat with too. So glad to yell at some fourth gen board groups. So,
Yep. That's what we do here, apparently. So,
apparently. So I
uh,
will talk to you soon.
yeah. Talk to you later, buddy.
Bye.
All right. And that marks the end of the audio podcast. We will try to do another episode next week. I don't know when. I'll do a poll. Get in the Discord and you can help decide when we do it. But for now, goodbye.